San Francisco stores have some of the most insane security. I mean, if you go to like Walgreens, it feels like you're going to like somewhere that's selling like diamonds and guns, whatever it is. Everything's like locked behind a glass door. If you just want to get like detergent from like a big store, you're going to have to go through like a bunch of keys to open that door. San Francisco is crazy. This is what happens when the city doesn't care, when criminals will just do whatever they want. You have a city that's constantly on lockdown, and the few stores that are still alive are barely alive. You already have a bunch of the biggest retailers, Old Navy, Saks Off Fifth, Anthropologies. A lot of these clothing stores, especially clothing stores that sell very expensive items, are now all gone. They are done, and they will be closing. And this is very sad for San Francisco. And you would think that with all these stores leaving because of high crime and high theft, maybe the city will do something, right? Maybe at least the city would implement stricter policies or laws. Nah, not really. In San Francisco, in fact, you could rob almost $1,000 worth of items and just a slap on the wrist. It's a misdemeanor. Amazon Go is leaving, Whole Foods is leaving. You get the idea. A lot of these stores are leaving, and some of these stores are pretty high end too. So with all these stores leaving and criminals not really having a place to hit, where are they hitting now? Postal workers. This is very sad. When a city's mail carriers and delivery drivers are constantly being robbed every single day, growing concerns, right? And seriously, if you're like a delivery driver for the Bay Area, you got to be very careful. Okay, you're got to be very, very brave to take on a job, because you definitely will be going to many, many sketchy areas. And a lot of these delivery drivers are getting robbed. Items are honestly being stolen from the back of the trucks and vans. And because of so many store closures and stores upping security to the maximum, the last guys to get robbed are going to be the delivery drivers. They're basically just massive chunks of metal with really expensive goodies inside, just driving around town with minimal security. And this is what happens. There's growing concerns after a massive series of robberies involving postal workers. In one incident, a mail carrier was beaten before having their postal keys stolen, which actually puts a whole entire area in danger, and also the mail there. So if you're in San Francisco and you're wondering where did your mail go because it's overdue, well, that's because somebody robbed the keys and robbed the mailboxes. So the robber's main target is usually the postal keys, which opens up mailboxes, allow criminals to shift through stolen items in different areas and just pretty much get all they want. And what's really scary about this is they could pretty much open these mailboxes, take all of your information, where you live, there's sensitive data, there's credit card information on there, there's health insurance information. They take all that information, some of them just sell it online, and then make like a fat load of money. And that's exactly what's going on. And you may be wondering, have these robbers been caught after targeting the United States Postal Service? I'm going to give you the short answer is no. They have not done anything. There's no arrests. Not a single person has been brought in. And this really just shows, right? Not only has defunded police totally screwed up San Francisco, but also the cops don't really have any money or personnel. I mean, SFPD, they're down 600, 700 officers, and that's a lot of people. So if they don't even have time to go over and try to get the postal worker robberies, do you really think they'll actually come to your car when your car gets broken in? They probably can't even care about shoplifting. In fact, San Francisco laws pretty much make criminals victims at this point. And cops, if they want to do anything, they automatically get canceled at that point. And if you also look at this, you also have a UPS driver who was attacked and almost robbed yesterday in San Francisco on his delivery route, fully around 2 p.m. This is a big deal, guys. This should not be happening. This is crazy. I mean, the dude almost got hit by the car and everything. And there's already like fighting and stuff like that. Almost got robbed by packages. I mean, I feel bad for these delivery drivers. Okay, I feel really, really bad for these delivery drivers. And that guy who fell out the car deserved that. Honestly, shouldn't be robbing like the messenger at this point. And it's happening constantly, because like I said before, UPS drivers and these vans and stuff like that, they're just like massive chunks of metal, 4 wheels with like all sorts of very expensive items. And if you also look at this, you also have robberies just straight up in the daytime. Okay, a bunch of people robbed the Sunglass Hut. Anything being done about it? Absolutely not. There's even like a joke going on in the Bay Area, which is like, why would you spend 3K on a Louis bag when you could just walk in, take it, walk out, and nothing will ever happen to you? It's happening everywhere. Thieves are going to San Francisco, they're going to Bay Area because they know they could loot a bunch of stores, make thousands and thousands of dollars every single month, and just simply get away with it because the city's policies are so lenient. And if they get arrested, which is a massive if, it's usually a slap on the wrist. They barely do any time. There's usually no jail time, maybe a little bit house arrest. But like I said before, if they try to do this in some other cities in America that are like smaller and actually still has some sense, they're going to be doing years in jail for robberies like these. But in San Francisco, many times it's just a slap on the wrist. Nothing ever happens. And like I said before, oh, you robbed 950? That's a misdemeanor. And like I said before, I'm sure the cops want to do something, right? The cops want to do things, but the cops really just don't have the power to do so. The city are not on their side. And it's getting to the point where people are just done with this. I mean, San Francisco delivery drivers targeted in crimes twice in 2 days. A Friday carjacking of a delivery driver in Soma was followed by a Saturday shooting of an Amazon driver. This is crazy. Insane rough week for delivery drivers. And this isn't even in like some super bad area, guys. This is like San Francisco. Some of these neighborhoods are actually pretty good. Pre-pandemic, they were filled with tourism. A lot of people are here. So you do see like the crime incidences are jumping. And even like a DoorDash driver getting their car stolen with 2 toddlers in the back seat. This is absolutely outrageous. I can't ever imagine getting any sort of delivery job in San Francisco. I mean, bless these guys' hearts. They're going through all this crazy stuff. And like I said before, these things are so rare. I can't even let San Francisco slide at this point. I mean, it's one thing to have robberies and it's one thing not to really care. Okay, that's what's kind of happening. I'm going to be real with the guys. San Francisco really doesn't care. It just looks like this all the time. Look at some of these before and after pictures. Stores are vacant now. Nobody's going back. Crate and Barrel, Union Square, it's now completely empty. You got Coca Republic, that's also in Union Square. Now it's completely closed. CVS also closed several stores because of constant robberies. Walgreens has closed 5 stores as well because these companies, there's so much shoplifting and they spend so much money on security. Might as well just shut down the location. This is what happens when your city gets too left radical. It gets so radical to the left that it just doesn't make any sense. Show the laws and show what's happening to people in Japan, to people in Singapore, to people in the UAE. They will absolutely be shocked. They will actually laugh at you. They laugh at the laws. There's a lot of Chinese tourists who come to San Francisco for vacation. They actually laugh about how crazy a city is and how it's lawless. They can't believe that our tech capital has this much lawlessness. So much so that even postal workers are getting robbed. And things like this should not be happening at all. So like, subscribe, comment, more content to come with the Bay Area and the rest of the California region. More crazy stuff.